Check us out. The Tom McCall Waterfront Park iris flowers are at peak bloom all this week. Our own Josh Cozart capturing these images. Once a flower blooms, it usually only lasts for a day or two. So the time to check them out for yourself is now. Go down there now.
Yeah, great work, Josh.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, a really hard assignment to go down there and enjoy the sights.
They look gorgeous.
And they really do. And as they only last about a day or two, of course, those will fade and the new blooms will come up. So it got another week or two, I would say.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Nice time to be out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely so. Just make sure you keep that allergy medication close at hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been suffering as of late, but there is some improvements, all courtesy Mother Nature, as the wet weather is expected to return by the time we push ourselves into Monday, falling back close to the low to moderate category. Wow, what a spectacular early morning sunrise out towards the Ridgefield area. There you go, Mount Hood off in the distance, some of the lingering fog that quickly dissipated after sunrise as our early morning lows fell back into the 40s. Kelso, Longview, Ridgefield area falling back into the 30s, and much of the same seen along the coastline as our temperatures now have rebounded back up into the upper 60s. Clear sunny skies giving way to some beautiful Mount St. Helens views as the snow is quickly melting over the high terrain. All courtesy those warmer temperatures we are currently experiencing. Troutdale 72, Kalama at 70, and 60 degrees now out towards Astoria. Our satellite and radar really shows dry conditions still remain as those high thin cirrus clouds march their way from the west to the east. And that's going to be an ongoing trend as we work our way through the rest of the night. But I'm keeping a very close eye on this cluster of clouds out over the Pacific Ocean, eventually pushing its way back into the Pacific Northwest, and that will be our cooling mechanism where we go from nearly 80 degrees tomorrow back down into the mid 60s. We go from one extreme to the next, above average temperatures to below average conditions as we move our way through the next 48 hours or so. As our planner does show, those clouds increasing ever so slightly tonight, falling back into the mid 50s by about midnight or so, but very manageable over the next 24 hours as those high thin cirrus clouds are painting our skies once again for much of the day tomorrow. Not slowing down our afternoon highs from climbing close to 80 degrees as we see much of the same moving our way into Saturday morning. That's where maybe a few isolated light rain showers are possible along the coastline, but then it really starts to ramp up by the time we get to Sunday. Much of the Portland, Vancouver metro area nearing anywhere from a couple of 1/100ths of an inch to almost a 1/10 of an inch as we move our way into Mother's Day. But for tonight, we stay dry, maybe just increasing that cloud coverage ever so slightly, but they will be cirrus clouds, so just very thin and light in nature as we fall back into the upper 40s. All right, here's what's on tap for tomorrow. Seeing the warmer weather return to the coast, mid to upper 50s, if not even the mid 60s, a possibility as we start to increase that cloud coverage later in the day. Some of us could be approaching 80 degrees across the Willamette Valley as we enjoy the sunshine and out towards the east. Also getting up on the hotter side of things, Baker City climbing into the mid 80s, and just the same for places like Bend. As Hood River could potentially get up into the low 80s as well, almost 70 degrees for Government Camp, so definitely leaning towards the sign of summer-like conditions. So for the gardeners out there, keep those watering cans close at hand for the next 2 days. Al's Garden and Home giving us this forecast that unfortunately brings us a few light rain showers for Mom, but hey, if you get her some fresh flowers, maybe give them to her early Saturday. Plant them in the ground, then, hey, you'll get some free water with highs in the mid-60s by the time Sunday rolls around. And so that wet weather on Sunday, that will keep our temperatures on the cooler side, working our way into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A much different week ahead as opposed to what we've been experiencing, I'd say, for about the past month or so. Consecutive days with rain chances and temperatures staying slightly below the average. Just to put it all into perspective, about 67 degrees is where we should be sitting for this time of year. So we go from above average to below average within just a week.
Wow. Yeah. Kind of weather whiplash there.
It is. Fasten your seatbelts. We're in for a ride.
Yeah. All right, Josh, thank you so much.
Yeah.